All right, we'll get to the business of the Bank of Industry in a couple of minutes, but let's go back to our top story today. It's all over the media, but again, we need to explain this all over again. And folks, you can get ready for what President Buhari's house cleaning the administration is doing, clearing legacies of backlog of salaries and arrears and contractors' monies way back to around 1994. So this is the first major house cleaning by the Buhari's administration, cleaning most of the debts locally that's been inherited by its administration. And this is what the 10-year rolling plan looks like to clean the various domestic debts. Almost 23 years. The amount will be 2.7 trillion naira. The key issue here is who gets the bonds and the promissory notes, what we call the IOU, that the administration, the Ministry of Finance technically will issue. That's according to the finance chief, Ms. Kemi Adeosun. Those will be contractors and suppliers to the government who haven't been paid for a number of years. State governments are also being owed by the federal government. Remember the acrimony last year, 2 years ago, thereof, between the federal and state governments. Say, look, we're broke. We've repaired roads and bridges in our various states areas, but the federal government hasn't refunded those money to us. So this is part of what the 2.7 trillion naira piggyback is all about. Then you have the oil marketers. Of course, the government has been issuing promissory notes to the oil marketers to clear off the backlog of petrol subsidy that was sticky during the last administration, and some of those folks are yet to be fully paid. So a little bit of outstanding is still there. And of course, we had accruing fuel subsidy that is not officially on paper, but that is between the NNPC, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and the Central Bank. So that would also be promissory notes to pay them, and that's one of the reasons you've seen petrol prices remain unchanged, largely around 147.50. Then some parastatals are also owed by the federal government. That's part of the 2.7 trillion. Then you have the power companies in which the government is still a shareholder, a part shareholder between the GENCOs and the DISCOs. That will help perhaps bring power to the people if those monies are coming. So the government is also owing, of course, ministries, some MDAs are owing some figures around 100 billion what they are owing. The power companies, they also are owing. Then you have the judgment balances against the Nigerian government that are also astounding, that are carried over several years. Then you have the export expansion grant that the government promised that if you're an industrial manufacturer locally and you make exports, you get some money for doing exports. Some of that money is also outstanding over a number of years. Then you have the pensions and benefits to the federal government workers. So it's a very long list of unpacking, cleaning the house, sweeping a lot of things from under the rug back out into the dustbin. So break it down. That's how the new 10-year house cleansing program of the Buhari's administration will go, which is basically pensions and salaries arrears and all of that. Will take 740 billion naira. That's what the government will be paying via specific bond papers and faced over a 3-year period. Among those Nigerian workers who's been owed to be paid are some workers of the Nigeria Airways dating back several years. The company has since gone off the skies, but the government is still owing some of them who are staffers of Nigerian Airways that's not seen the light of day for more than 20 years. Then you have contractors and suppliers. If you supplied stationaries or cement or whatever to the government and you have been owed over the last couple of years, you're likely going to be re-audited and re-clarified to be sure all your paper requests for monies are genuine. And in total, that's 1.93 trillion naira. That's huge, isn't it? That'll be a 10-year program, but the finance chief says it's going to be about a 3-year period. However, the rationale is that the government wants to encourage liquidity and grow some sectors of the economy. So if you owe in, folks, get out there and pay. And the government of the Buhari's administration is now flagging that up. And the Minister of Finance says we cannot get our economy moving at the pace we need to if we do not address the legacy issues we have inherited. And that's the house cleaning program that's now being flagged off. Of course, yesterday was the debt auction. So with just 1 minute to quickly take you through the debt auction conducted by the DMO under the new Director General, Ms. Patience Oniha. She resumed on the 1st of July. The DMO offered, there was a subscription of 129 billion, about 135 billion naira was offered. 106 billion was the total allotment to investors and the dealers. There was a 10-year and 20-year bonds were oversubscribed as investors show preference for long-dated Naira papers. The debt office allotted 106 billion at the rate of 16.24% for the 5-year, 16.25% for 10-year, and 16.25% for the 20-year bond. That's about what the rates were for those 3 papers that were reopened by the debt office. Of course, the Bank of Industry, of course, is no longer news, has a new board and managing director. So looks like a blue ocean for these specialized banking institutions called a DFI. So the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Okechukwu Enelamah, has asked members of this newly constituted board to work towards the attainment of economic growth vision of the federal government. And in reaction, the BoI deal, board chairman Aliyu Diko outlined some of the programs of the specialized institution that includes ramping up on lending to small and medium enterprises. Let's take a listen to the minister and the chairman of the board of the BoI.
The importance of the Bank of Industry is not one we can overemphasize. It's an institution that has played and continues to play a very important role in the development of Nigeria. It's been a partner of government, it's been a partner of business, it's been a partner of SMEs, and the Bank of Industry has also even played a role in our social intervention funds, as you know, through some of the disbursements we're making to micro, small, and medium enterprises. You know, part of any institution is the quality of its corporate governance and how well it is managed. And I must say we've been fortunate